Hi, my name is Thandoe and I'm a spoken word artist and a writer.
She has never uttered the words, I'm tired or I quit. 4 mouths to feed, to clothe, to shelter, to educate. Yes, she too became victim to this broken system.
Hi, I am Siboe. I am a poet and I was a guest poet at the Amplifying Girls Unfiltered Open Mic today.
My name is Nothando, aka the Charismatic No.
My name is Michele Thanya. Usually I do this introduction where, it makes me sound cool and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead with it.
So we just had our poetry event. It was dubbed the Girls Unfiltered Open Mic, which was a poetry event in commemoration of the 16 days of activism and focusing particularly on girls and young women, speaking against GBV.
We still haven't forgotten how your son would not stop crying, how you shook up our entire household in that special way that only men can, but where we come from, we believe that a man can change. So we continue to revere you with the Sazbani title every time you walk through the gate, back from your illegal minor hustles or uyokombisa bantwana, we don't know. And we are not even supposed to care. In fact, we try not to look you in the eyes too for who can look a storm in the eye and survive. You are the kind of man that shakes up an entire community. Sends abadala rushing to WhatsApp chain messages about strange men who loiter around the makarajin waiting ukukombisa bantwana on their way back from school, playing that loud splash music in new Honda Fits and Avanzas bought cash with the money of Ukuecha, hoping to impress naive schoolgirls who've had nothing to eat all day, but ikwadlala izolo. Ngoba mama hasn't had money to buy bread all week. The bond note went up from 200 to 400 in 2 days. The only thing emptier than her belly is the soul of a hollow man who goes home to kombisa bantwana on their way back from school. But where we come from, we believe that a man can change. I had a great time, and what I enjoyed the most was just how much information these women have, these young women have, about gender-based violence, about the types and how to get help about it. It was quite refreshing also to see them use their arts, their artistic talents, their singing and their poetry to raise awareness, to make known their stories of what they've experienced or they've seen other people experiencing regarding GBV.
Being part of this event was amazing, to witness the confidence in a lot of young ladies that were here present in themselves and being female, and in understanding that a lot of people are not entitled and they do not have the right to do things that do not feel comfortable with or that are not legal by law. And they're very much aware when the other person should stop. They're very much aware of what the other person shouldn't be doing, and they also know where to go or who to turn to in the event that they find themselves in compromising situations. They're very unapologetic. Like, the confidence, Jay, in and of itself is outstanding, and it's inspiring, and it's very comforting to realize that 10 less girls are likely to not be abused or find themselves in these very scary situations. And they know that what happened to the 9-year-old, the 87-year-old even, is something that's not right and something that should not be condoned by society.
This time, I rewrite my story. My mother's wildest dream, my sister's prophecy. Death has been denied. The life in me is mine. The life in me belongs to this body right here. I will shout with the might of 1,000 storms. I will paint the streets in healing and joy. This time, I live. Thank you.
They talk like they were born with sticks up their asses, spewing nonsense like God had more than one son. And I think if God had them for a son, he'd much rather bring the devil back to heaven.
Hi, my name is Michele Thanya, and I am a poet. I was here at the Amplifying Girls Voices Open Mic today, which was very, 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 very nice. I saw a lot of performances from other young artists. It was absolutely amazing.
So this one is actually about an issue that I saw it was an issue that was being discussed on Twitter. Young boys who were talking about how they lose their virginity with their mates.
I wish that the open mic had shed more light on gender-based violence against males. One of my poems actually touched on that, and I wish we wouldn't only focus on the one side, but focus on both sides, because gender-based violence is not only limited to females being abused, it also happens the other way, and I can't wait for the next one.
After her came 2 more. He knew by now he was more Beethoven than Beethoven ever was. He learned to unclench his fists and tap the sides of his mate's thighs like he was playing the tambourine. He learned to breathe air into their breasts as though he were God, breathing life into fallen heroes. He was slapped. So he wouldn't just use his flute, but use his mouth to sing so he could actually sound like he was enjoying this.
I am Amanda Moyo, reigning Miss Teen Ecotourism World and also Miss Teen Ecotourism Zimbabwe 2022.
If you are a poet, if you are aspiring, if you have a passion, if you feel like you'd like to leave us with 1 or 2 words, please feel free to come up.
Do not be heathen, I beg, before you pray and, present me as a black sheep in dire need of atonement and guidance.
When our mother is going to rest from mourning their victim to children?
Like a wind unexpected, it threw me right off my feet.
But you realized you could do better. And for you, I wasn't better.
Thina ekhaya esikhulekile osikhule ngakho ukushisa impepho ingakho bemshisela yona ukuze akwazi ukulwisana neziphepho.
And I stood like gravity felt wicked used all its powers to subdue me.
Love, it's a feeling like any other feeling in the world.
Sit like a lady and act like one.
Sweeter than honey, sweeter than sugar. It's the greatest gift.
The stomach in, chest out, all is watching, you can never slouch.
I am tired of being greeted each and every single morning by articles of our women, children having fallen victim to this monster. What a nightmare. Gender-based violence.
I really enjoyed the talent, the things that had to be said, the eloquence, and also, unfortunately, at some point, just realized that is what they're going through. That is the things that they keep in their hearts every day as they are going through life.
Self-harm isn't just cutting yourself. It's staying with someone who's just not good for you, where they just break you down all the time. And I'm sorry, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I would like to say it was a beautiful event. We had fun, we amplified voices, and as I always like to say, we are not the voice of the voiceless. Everyone has a voice. Everyone can speak for themselves. So we just hope everyone's voices can be amplified and can be heard.
This marks the end of our open mic poetry show, and today we have attained and surpassed our goal of creating and spreading awareness on gender-based violence. Art is an important part of activism. Through art, we create and we have a voice. Thank you everyone for contributing today. I loved listening to the poetry. This is my first open mic show actually, and it was a really great experience, and I hope that everybody enjoyed themselves. I hope that we learned and we enjoyed as well, and I hope that we can all continue to network with each other. I would like to get the numbers of everybody that gave a poem today so that we can continue to spread awareness on gender-based violence. And let's not forget the theme for this year, which is thank you. It's what? Thank you. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Another hits jam from WAPloaded.com.